Excuse my son sneezing, because that was definitely him sneezing. At home and cry over you. What can I do? Okay, so I'm over here. How y'all doing? I'm listening to the Shirelles, love the Shirelles, and also my friend that had the big death that was the catalyst for my life change. Her name was Sherelle. So yes, I am jamming to the Shirelles. Baby, it's you. And I knew this song, but there was a movie called Mischief, and it had Vincent Spano and Rosanna Arquette. And I really liked that movie. I don't know what it was about that movie, but I enjoyed it. And this was like the song that was kind of I guess it was the theme song for the movie or whatever. And so last night, Michaela got her Halloween costume. She is a police officer, little girl cop. And she was like, Mommy, let me arrest you and you can make a video. And I was like, okay. So I told her to go get this hat, but she went and got a different one. And it's like a black cowgirl hat. And I was Miss Mischief. So I thought about this song because I've been listening to this record probably for a couple weeks. I found it at the Half Price Books and I'm really enjoying it. So, yes. So it's Miss Mischief and the cop. So we took turns, but like she has so much hair that she really can't wear all the hats. So we just gonna have to work that out the best way we can. Thank you, YouTube, because no one cares about this. All right. So looks like, yes, up next, there is another jam. Okay. So this week, yes, I see an excellent offer coming. I don't know what it is that people are wanting, whether they are desiring, but what it is that you have been asking for is on the way and it is coming into your experience. So here's the thing. Are you going to be able to receive it? Are you going to be able to receive what it is that you have been desiring? Because we have a tendency, and I see this so much in people who make manifestations, and then they will come to me and be like, oh my God, the thing, it's here, but then they don't know how to receive it. And oftentimes will reject it. So we have an opportunity now to have what it is that we want. And I made some content for Instagram and there's some various different things, but I feel like even before looking at the planets, I kind of came to this realization that it's just time to take off the mask. It's time to let go of the ego that we were using previously and allow your higher self to step up. Allow the self that you are desiring to be to step up. And if you're not sure how to do that, just remember why you asked for this thing. There was a need for it or there was a desire for it. So when it comes into your experience, don't get scared. Just acknowledge, okay, maybe I am this powerful. Maybe I am a bad bitch. Maybe I'm supposed to live in joy, because there's this misconception that we don't have the right to enjoy our life. That is a lie. You have the right to enjoy your life and you should. Whoever that is viewing, if you could just leave me a comment. So, oh, you did. There we go. Hey, what's up, Miss Katia? How you doing? Yes, so we are able to enjoy our life. And I wrote a little something here. I says, well, they say, whoever was giving me this information to write, an offer is coming. Are you ready to receive the support you prayed for? Hey, Jenny. Are you hesitant because you want it to seem like you have done everything on your own? What does that say? Y'all know I write like shit. I don't know. Oh, you're due. You're due. I'm like, what are these words? Your due is coming and you have done this. You have done this. You and your connection to the divine, you have done this. You have made this magic. What's here is what you asked for. Don't shirk it because it hasn't happened before. So that happens a lot. People are like, well, I never have this happen before, or I've never experienced this. So it must not be true. It must not be real because this hasn't happened before. It's okay to have a new experience. Allow the newness of love to be yours in this moment. Do not be afraid. Trust the divine and enjoy your experience here. You have the right to enjoy your life. So that's all the things that I wrote there. And then in regards to the planets, because we've got, and I like to write this out like math. So we've got Mars and the sun and Mercury in that Cazimi, of course. But we also have trine Jupiter. Hey. Oh, yes. You got money in the mail. That should never happen before. Hallelujah. I love this. We are all prospering. And then we also have, I believe it was a sextile to the moon. So then we also have Sun square Pluto this week. That's going to be interesting. And then Mercury in sextile to Venus. And then also Venus sextile to Saturn. So there's a lot here. We've got the old way kind of being the way that it always was with the Saturn energy. We've got Pluto asking us to do some growth when it comes to our ego and how we're carrying ourselves. And then with the Cazimi, that is a creative burst of opportunity. Somebody just slammed the door. Y'all forgive it because, you know, I live here with people who are small and do not have a YouTube. And I have a story about this because I feel like the girl has been playing in my face. But this is what I wrote about the planets, if I can read my writing. A burst of creative inspiration giving you the bravery you need to live the life of your dreams. There's a call for dropping some ego and assessing the beliefs you have about love and relationships to money or other people. Will you let yourself have what you want? Let the old way die. That is what I said. So it's going to be an interesting week. I'm looking forward to it. The overall card I pulled out this week was the 10 of Swords in reverse. So stop holding on to it. Let it go. Let it go. I know it's a little bit, should I? You should. We should. You are worthy. You are able to enjoy. You're supposed to be shining your light here. I had some content last week where I talked about, you know, shrinking and not shining your light. And I feel like I said this week, okay, now you know you're supposed to be shining your light. Where is it? Show it to me. Let me see it. Like UGK. Let me see it. Shine that light. Show us who you are. Let us see your star. We want to see it. We are looking for it. We want to see who you are. There's so much that is asking for you to be your authentic self, whoever that is. And remember, and you can buy a Weirdest Code for Genius t-shirt in the caption of this video. But that is your genius, wherever it is that makes you different. You know, I was always scared to show people that I do this kind of thing, or that, you know, I'm a cosmic light being, but that's who I am. You know, if I don't do that, if I don't live my life in a way that serves and honors my truth, I restrict myself. I don't feel good. And another thing that came up for me this last few days was that when I am in my depression, I am also in a light suppression. So they go together. So anytime you are suppressing your light, you also find yourself in those spaces of depression. Now, don't get me wrong. Of course, we know that there are clinically depressed people out here, but there are also people who keep themselves depressed because they're afraid to express. So I know that was one of my issues. I was afraid to express. I was afraid to be myself. I was afraid to do my glamour and be pretty and cute and laugh and have fun and do comedy and make mischief where I can, you know. But because all of those things are always referred to as bad, I thought I was bad too. So I hated myself because the things that were natural to me and who I was were considered not positive to society or to the general public. So I figured, well, there must be something wrong with me. So if I want to live here, I guess I have to shrink and fit in. And so I did, but I'm not going to do that anymore. So if I am going to do high kicks, I'm going to do high kicks. If I'm going to write out a skit, I'm going to write out a skit. I'm not going to hold back because why? We have one life here. You know, people die every day. People die every day. So are you going to live while you're alive or not? You know, I spent some time looking at this guy's Instagram page. He died. He had COVID complications. But I love the way he was doing his thing. And he was doing like a fashion influencer, but he did it in a really unique way where he was also giving like positive information at the same time. And yes, he passed away, but he left that with us, you know. So it's like, what are you going to leave? If you never do your work today, if you never do your work right now, if you die, what do you leave behind? What do you leave behind? You never expressed, you never did the work that you were supposed to do. You never shared the messages that came through to you. So you left nothing. And guess what? You do have to do it again. So you might as well do it now. You might as well do it now because you're going to come back here. You're going to come back here. And the more that you carry through, the next time is the more shit you have to trudge through. I promise that when I decided I'm going to do this, I felt very deeply that something that I didn't complete previously was wanting to be expressed here on earth. And I said, this is my time. This is my time to do it because I don't want to have to try to do this again. Whatever this thing is, I don't want to have to try to do this again. And for me, I think the very base of it is just to be in joy. Just to be in joy and to share the truth. I don't think it's some specific piece of work. I believe that it is just to be in joy and for me to speak my truth to the people who are open to listening to it. And I'm trying to figure out what this light is doing because it is in and out and I just do not like it. Please stabilize. I guess that's the thing, right? Don't we want to stabilize the light? Let it shine bright. Hallelujah. Okay, so let me tell y'all about Michaela. So it's two parts. So I had a dream the night before last in which I guess I had got married and I was with this man and when he and I were cooking and I was cooking some rice in this, I don't know, it was some kind of meat that was getting fried or some, I don't even know. But there was some rice in a skillet with some sauce or something. Maybe a risotto, I'm not sure. Anyway, all of a sudden, I look to the right and I see Michaela spreading popcorn all over this dude's house, right? And I'm like, oh my God, she is getting popcorn everywhere. And so I'm like running behind her trying to collect the popcorn, and she's in her mischief. So she's like, enjoying the shit out of life, which is fine, but like not at this expense. So I guess he left or something. This is in the dream. My greatest fear, right? So when I got up, I was like, Michaela, let me tell you about my dream. And she was like, oh, well, did he leave? And I was like, yeah, he did. And she was like, good, we got the house. And I was like, what? And she was like, you don't need a husband. You only need your kids. And I was like, like there's truth to that, especially in regards to just like people who are like seeking love desperately. Like, yeah, you have your kids love you. You have yourself, you love you, you're fine. But when she said that, I was like, it's the help meet part. Like, this relationship is not giving help in any shape or form. So no, ma'am. But we had a conversation about it, and I was just like, well, what is it that is, making you say this or whatever? And she's like, I don't know. One of my exes or something. She just said something about him, and I guess she was like, I don't need a dad, and I have a dad. And I'm like, okay, sure. But the thing about it is, like, it reminds me of people who have never experienced the thing. Like, let's go back to what we were talking about before. If you haven't had it yet, you haven't done it yet, it's scary. So she hasn't had this experience yet. So she's like, I don't really know what it's like, and I don't think I'll like it. So instead of just being like, okay, I might be open to it, she's in this refusal place where she also inadvertently probably participates in some sabotage when I do date somebody. And when I told Terrence that, he was like, I told you that she was trying to sabotage your relationships. And I was like, man, this is not cute. This is not cute. So, I'm going to try to work with her on that. But I thought that was very interesting that she said that to me, because I was like, okay, but I guess I needed that clarity, because there's obviously, something in her that just needs some comfort there, because, it's always just been us. And she is very much like a tail, and she wants to be with me all the time. So it probably feels like she will not have as much access to me. And, she won't, not in that way, but it's okay. It'll work out. So yes, so that's what we have for this week. Just be open to new possibilities. I'm making a video. Be open to new possibilities and to new love, new life, things coming in. Now she's got toys outside the door. I can hear them clink, clink, clinking. So yes, I am doing something fun today and interesting. I am going to take some pictures in a important place. So I'm going to go make some breakfast, and then I will prepare myself to go outside. So if you guys need anything, let me know. Again, if you want to get a t-shirt, you can grab one in the caption of this post. And there's also a course there, Raise Your Vibration and Find Joy Now. I'm still talking about that. I made it last year, but it's still relevant. You can still use it. All right. So I guess I will see y'all on the Monday morning vibe in the morning. That's 2 mornings, and that was 3 mornings in a row that we just said. But anyway. All right. So yes, I'll be back tomorrow. If y'all need anything, like I said, you know how to find me, and I will see y'all later. But don't be a self-hater. All right. Bye-bye.